Good morning, good afternoon, evening, everyone. Imagine a life where you are in full control. Your emotions, habits and decisions align perfectly with your goals. A life where external distractions, self-doubt and fear no longer dictate your path. This is not just a dream, it is a reality you can create, because when you master yourself, you master your life. Today, I want to share with you why self-mastery is the foundation of success, happiness and true fulfillment. The journey of self-mastery begins with one crucial step: self-awareness. Without it, we move through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances instead of intentionally shaping our destiny. Self-awareness is the ability to look within, to understand who we truly are, our strengths, weaknesses, habits, triggers, emotions and desires. It is the foundation upon which all personal growth is built. Many people go through life without ever deeply understanding themselves. They make decisions based on societal expectations, pure pressure or fleeting emotions, rather than a true understanding of their inner self. This lack of awareness leads to confusion, frustration and a sense of being lost. When you don't know what drives you, what holds you back, or what you truly want, it becomes impossible to master yourself and consequently your life. Self-awareness requires us to pause, and the power of self-awareness and reflection. It demands that we take time to observe our thoughts, emotions and behaviors without judgment. One of the best ways to cultivate self-awareness is through introspection. Journaling, meditation and self-reflection exercises allow us to gain deeper insights into our thought patterns and emotional triggers. Another essential aspect of self-awareness is understanding our limiting beliefs. These are the deeply ingrained thoughts that hold us back. Beliefs like "I'm not good enough," "I don't deserve success," or "I will never change." These negative narratives shape our actions, often leading us to self-sabotage or settle for less than we are. By becoming aware of these limiting beliefs, we can challenge and replace them with empowering ones. Furthermore, self-awareness extends beyond just knowing ourselves. It also involves understanding how we interact with others and how others perceive us. Emotional intelligence, which includes self-awareness, helps us navigate relationships with greater empathy and understanding. It allows us to recognize our emotional triggers and respond to situations with clarity instead of reacting impulsively. One of the most powerful tools for self-awareness is seeking feedback. Often we have blind spots, things about ourselves that we cannot see but are evident to others. Construct, receive feedback from trusted mentors, friends or coaches can help us identify areas for growth and improvement. However, receiving feedback requires humility. It takes courage to acknowledge our flaws and work towards refining them. Self-awareness also means recognizing our purpose and values. What truly matters to you? What are the principles that guide your decisions? When you have a clear sense of your values, decision-making becomes easier because you have a framework to align your choices with what is most important to you. Ultimately, self-awareness is not a destination, but a continuous process. As we grow and evolve, so does our understanding of ourselves. The more aware we become, the better we can master our thoughts, emotions and actions. And when we master ourselves, we unlock the power to shape our lives with intention and purpose. The mind is the most building, unshakable discipline and willpower. Powerful tool. We possess it has the ability to shape our reality, influence our emotions, and determine our action. Yet many people allow their minds to run on autopilot, filled with doubt, negativity, and limiting beliefs. If you do not take control of your mind, external circumstances, past experiences, and unconscious thoughts will dictate your life. But when you learn to master your mind, you gain the ability to shape your own destiny. Your thoughts create your reality. Every action you take, every decision you make, and every habit you form originates in your mind. If your mind is filled with negativity, thoughts of fear, failure, and self-doubt,
Your actions will reflect those beliefs. You may hesitate to take risks, avoid challenges, or settle for less than what you deserve. On the other hand, when you train your mind to focus on growth, possibilities, and resilience, your actions align with success, confidence, and perseverance. One of the biggest challenges in mastering the mind is overcoming negative self-talk. Many people engage in self-defeating thoughts without even realizing it. They tell themselves, "I'm not good enough, I always fail, or I'm just not lucky." These statements become ingrained in the subconscious and influence behavior. The key to overcoming this is to become conscious of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise throughout the day, especially in moments of stress or difficulty. Replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I am capable and resourceful." Another crucial aspect of controlling the mind is learning to manage focus in today's world. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, endless entertainment. These distractions prevent us from thinking deeply, solving problems effectively, and focusing on what truly matters. The ability to control your mind means the ability to direct your focus deliberately. Practicing mindfulness, meditation, or deep work techniques can help sharpen focus and train the mind to stay present. Emotional control is another vital part of mental mastery. Our emotions are powerful, but they should not dictate our decisions. Often people let anger, fear, or frustration take over, leading to impulsive choices that they later regret. Controlling emotions and developing emotional intelligence.
Learning to pause before reacting, taking deep breaths and analyzing situations objectively allows for better decision-making. Instead of reacting based on emotion, you respond based on wisdom. Your mindset also determines how you handle challenges. Life is unpredictable and obstacles are inevitable. Person who has not mastered their mind will see challenges as threats, leading to anxiety and avoidance. But someone with a strong mindset sees challenges as opportunities for growth. They embrace difficulties as a chance to learn, adapt, and improve. This shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of fearing failure, they welcome it as a stepping stone toward success. Visualization is another powerful mental tool. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs and leaders use visualization to train their minds for success. By vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals, handling situations with confidence and overcoming obstacles, you prepare your mind for real-life success. Studies have shown that the brain does not distinguish between a vividly imagined event and reality, meaning that when you consistently visualize success, your mind starts believing it and your actions align with that belief. Another practice that strengthens mental control is gratitude. When you train your mind to focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you develop a positive and resilient mindset. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing you to attract more opportunities. Maintain emotional stability. Even in difficult times, keeping a daily gratitude journal where you list things you appreciate can significantly transform your mindset over time. Self-discipline plays a huge role in mental mastery. The mind naturally seeks comfort, avoiding effort and preferring short-term gratification. However, those who master their minds override this instinct. They push through discomfort, delay gratification, and stay committed to their goals. Even when motivation fades, the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, is a sign of true mental strength. Ultimately, the mind is like a muscle. It can be trained, strengthened, and reprogrammed. Just as we exercise our bodies to stay strong, we must train our… The importance of taking full responsibility minds daily, whether through meditation, reading positive affirmations, or deep reflection. The more effort you put into mastering your mind, the greater control you will have over your life. Many people view discipline as a burden, something that restricts them from enjoying life. They associate it with rigid routines, endless rules, and a lack of spontaneity. But in reality, discipline is the foundation of true freedom. Without discipline, life becomes chaotic, filled with missed opportunities, poor decisions and unfulfilled potential. When you master discipline, you gain control over your actions, your habits, and ultimately, your destiny. Discipline is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who only dream about it. Talent and intelligence can take you far, but without discipline, they are wasted potential. The most successful people in any field, whether athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders, have one thing in common. They practice discipline consistently. They show up every day, put in the work, and push through difficulties, even when they don't feel like it. One of the greatest benefits of discipline is that it eliminates the need for constant motivation. Many people rely on motivation to take action, but motivation is fleeting. Some days you wake up feeling inspired, ready to conquer your goals. Other days you feel lazy, uninspired, or distracted. If you depend on motivation alone, your progress will be inconsistent. But when you develop discipline, you do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create it through action. Discipline also helps you break free from bad habits and negative patterns. Many people struggle with procrastination, unhealthy lifestyles, or unproductive routines because they lack discipline. They give in short-term pleasures at the expense of long-term success. They know they should exercise, but they choose to watch TV. Instead, they know they should work on their goals, but they scroll through social media for hours. Without discipline, they become slaves to their impulses. But with breaking free from limiting beliefs and mindsets, discipline, they take charge of their actions, replace bad habits with good ones, and build a life of purpose and achievement. Another important aspect of discipline is time management. Time is the most valuable resource we have yet. Many people waste it on distractions and meaningless activities. It forces you to set clear goals, create structured routines, and eliminate time-wasting habits. When you are disciplined, you don't let external circumstances control your schedule. You take control of your time and use it wisely. Discipline is also the key to mental strength and emotional stability. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. Without discipline, people react emotionally to every difficulty, allowing frustration, anger, or fear to dictate their actions. But when you are disciplined, you develop the ability to stay calm, focused, and resilient in the face of adversity. You learn to push through discomfort, endure hardship, and keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles arise. Financial freedom is another area where discipline plays a crucial role. Many people struggle with money, not because they don't earn enough, but because they lack the discipline to manage it wisely. They spend impulsively, accumulate debt, and fail to save for the future. But those who practice financial discipline, create budgets, live within their means, and invest in their future, over time, their disciplined financial habits lead to wealth and financial independence. Discipline also strengthens relationships in friendships, family, and romantic partnerships. Discipline helps you practice patience, communication, and commitment. Without discipline, people react impulsively in relationships, saying things they don't mean, failing to keep promises, or neglecting important connections. But when you are disciplined, you control your words and actions, nurture meaningful relationships, and build trust and respect with others. One of the most powerful ways to develop discipline is by setting clear, non-negotiable standards for yourself. Instead of waiting for external pressure, you establish your own rules and commit to them. You create a personal code of conduct that guides your actions, whether it's waking up early, exercising regularly, or working on your skills every day. Over time, these small to overcoming challenges and bouncing back stronger disciplined actions compound into extraordinary results. Discipline is not about punishment
or restriction. It is about empowerment. It gives you the ability to create the life you truly want, instead of being controlled by distractions, temptations, or excuses. The more disciplined you become, the more freedom you gain. Freedom from regrets, freedom from limitations, and freedom to achieve your fullest potential. Emotions are an essential part of being human. They shape our experiences, influence our decisions, and determine how we interact with the world. Love, joy, excitement, and passion can drive us to achieve great things, while fear, anger, sadness, and frustration can hold us back or lead us down destructive paths. Learning to manage emotions is a critical aspect of self-mastery, because without emotional control, we become reactive instead of proactive, allowing circumstances and other people to dictate our responses. One of the biggest challenges with emotions is that they often arise instinctively, sometimes overwhelming us before we have a chance to think rationally. When left unchecked, emotions can cloud judgment, trigger impulsive reaction, and even damage relationships. Think about how many arguments, regrettable decisions, and lost opportunities have been caused by someone acting out of uncontrolled anger, fear, insecurity. However, when we learn to manage our emotions, we gain the ability to respond to situations with clarity, wisdom, and composure. The first step in mastering emotions is awareness. Many people go through life reacting to emotions without understanding where they come from or why they feel a certain way. Taking the time to reflect on your emotions and their triggers can help you gain insight
into your thought patterns and behaviors. Journaling, mindfulness and meditation are excellent tools for becoming more aware of your emotional responses. Instead of letting emotions control you, you begin to observe them, giving yourself the space to choose how to respond. Another key to emotional management is self-regulation. This means learning to control emotional impulses rather than letting them dictate your behavior. It doesn't mean suppressing emotions. Bottling them up can lead to stress, anxiety, and eventual emotional outbursts. Instead, it means processing emotions in a healthy way. For example, when you feel anger rising, instead of immediately lashing out, you take a step back, breathe and consider the best course of action. When you feel overwhelmed by sadness, instead of shutting down completely, you allow yourself to experience the emotion while also focusing on self-care and finding solutions. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in managing emotions. This includes not only understanding your own emotions, but also transforming your thoughts and reframing negativity, recognizing and responding to the emotions of others. Many conflicts, both personal and professional, arise from misunderstandings and an inability to empathize. Developing emotional intelligence allows you to navigate relationships with greater ease, communicate effectively, and resolve conflicts peacefully. It enables you to put yourself in someone else's shoes, understand their perspective, and respond with compassion rather than defensiveness. Another powerful technique for managing emotions is reframing negative thoughts. Often our emotions are shaped by how we interpret situation rather than the situations themselves. If you perceive a challenge as a failure, you will feel discouraged. If you see it as an opportunity to grow, you will feel motivated. By shifting your perspective, you can change the emotional response you attach to different experiences. Instead of thinking, "This is too hard, I can't do it," train yourself to think, "This is difficult, but I am capable of finding a solution over time." Reframing negative thoughts helps build emotional resilience. One of the most difficult emotions to manage is fear. Fear of failure, rejection, or uncertainty often prevents people from taking action and achieving their goals. However, those who master their emotions understand that fear is just an illusion. It is a mental projection of what could go wrong, not what will go wrong. The key to overcoming fear is acknowledging it, questioning its validity, and taking action despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward
Despite it, developing healthy emotional outlets is another important part of emotional mastery. Exercise, creative expression, meditation, and spending time in nature are excellent ways to release pent-up emotions in a non-destructive way. Many people turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms like alcohol, overeating, or avoidance behaviors to deal with emotions, but these only provide temporary relief while creating long-term problems. Instead, cultivating positive habits that help you process emotions in a healthy way ensures long-term emotional stability. Another crucial aspect of emotional management is learning to let go. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or past pain only compensate to begin your self-mastery journey serves to weigh you down emotionally. It drains your energy and prevents you from fully experiencing the present moment. Forgiveness, whether it's forgiving others or forgiving yourself, does not mean condoning bad behavior. It means releasing yourself from the emotional burden of the past. Letting go of emotional baggage frees up mental and emotional space for growth, happiness, and peace. Lastly, self-compassion is essential in emotional mastery. Many people are harsh on themselves when they experience negative emotions, feeling guilty or weak for being sad, frustrated, or anxious. However, emotions are a natural part of life. Instead of judging yourself or having emotions, practice self-compassion by acknowledging them, understanding their root causes, and allowing yourself the grace to navigate them in a healthy way. Mastering emotions does not mean never feeling negative emotions. It means developing the awareness tools and strategies to process them effectively. It means taking ownership of how you respond to challenges, setbacks, and external influences. When you gain control over your emotions, you gain control over your decisions, relationships, and overall well-being. Confidence is one of the most powerful qualities a person can develop. It is the belief in one's own abilities, decisions, and with confidence, you can take on challenges, pursue opportunities, and navigate life with certainty. However, confidence is not something you are simply born with. It is built through consistent action, self-belief, and overcoming challenges. If you want to master yourself and master your life, you must learn how to develop unshakable confidence. Many people mistakenly believe that confidence comes from external validation, praise from others, achievements, or social status. While these factors can contribute to confidence, they are not its foundation. True confidence comes from within. It is the result of knowing yourself, trusting yourself, and proving to yourself that you are capable. It is built through experience and effort, not passive waiting. One of the biggest obstacles to confidence is self-doubt. Many people hesitate to take action because they fear failure, rejection, or embarrassment. They tell themselves they are not good enough, smart enough, or skilled enough. However, confidence does not come from avoiding failure. It comes from facing it. Every successful person has experienced failure, but they did not allow it to define them. Instead, they used it as a
Final words: take control and master your life learning experience and kept moving forward. The more you take action despite fear and uncertainty, the more confidence you will develop. Confidence is also built through competence. The more skilled you become in a certain area, the more confident you will feel, whether it's public speaking, business, fitness, or any other pursuit. Mastery breeds confidence. This is why action is so important. By repeatedly practicing, learning, and improving, you naturally become more confident in your abilities. If you lack confidence in a particular area, the solution is simple: start practicing, keep improving, and push through discomfort. Another key to confidence is changing your inner dialogue. Many people engage in negative self-talk, constantly criticizing themselves and doubting their worth. This internal dialogue becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself you are not good enough, you will act accordingly. To build confidence, you must change the way you speak to yourself. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," say, "I am learning and improving every day." Instead of saying, I can't do this. Say, I am capable and determined over time. This shift in mindset rewires your brain for confidence. Body language and posture also play a significant role in confidence. The way you carry yourself sends signals to your brain and to others. Standing tall, making eye contact and speaking with clarity all contribute to a confident presence. Conversely, slouching, avoiding eye contact and speaking hesitantly reinforce feelings of insecurity. Invest by simply adjusting your posture and how you present yourself. You can instantly feel and appear more confident. Stepping out of your comfort zone is another crucial aspect of confidence building. If you always stay in safe, familiar situations, you never grow. Confidence comes from proving to yourself that you can handle new and challenging experiences. Push yourself to try new things, take on difficult tasks, and put yourself in situations where growth is required. Each time you successfully step outside your comfort zone, your confidence increases. Surrounding yourself with positive influences also affects your confidence. The people you spend the most time with shape your mindset. If you are constantly around negative, doubtful or discouraging people, their energy will impact you. On the other hand, being around confident, supportive and ambitious individuals will inspire you to believe in yourself. Choose your environment wisely. It plays a huge role in your self-perception. Another important aspect of confidence is embracing imperfection. Many people hold themselves back because they are afraid of not being perfect. They wait until they feel ready before taking action. However, perfection is an illusion, and waiting for it only leads to inaction. Confidence is about embracing the journey, accepting mistakes as part of growth and understanding that no one has everything figured out. The most confident people are not perfect, they are simply willing to take action, despite imperfection. Taking care of yourself, physically, mentally and emotionally, also contributes to confidence. When you feel strong, healthy and well rested, your confidence naturally increases. Exercise, a healthy diet and proper sleep all contribute to a stronger mindset. Additionally, practicing self-care, setting boundaries, and prioritizing mental well-being reinforce self-worth, which is the foundation of confidence. Ultimately, confidence is built through action, experience, and self-belief. The more you challenge yourself, develop skills, and prove to yourself that you are capable, the stronger your confidence becomes. Confidence is not something that magically appears. It is something you build every single day. The way you perceive challenges, failures, and your own potential determines how far you will go in life. People with a fixed mind, e.t. believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are static. They think they are either born with certain capabilities or not, and they avoid challenges out of fear of failure. On the other hand, those with a growth mindset understand that abilities can be developed through effort, persistence, and learning. They see challenges as opportunities for improvement rather than obstacles. If you want to master yourself and master your life, adopting a growth mindset is essential. One of the core principles of a growth mindset is the belief that failure is not the opposite of success, but part of the journey. Many people fear failure so much that they never even try to pursue their goals. They hesitate to start new projects, take risks, or step outside their comfort zone because they are afraid of making mistakes. But the truth is, failure is one of the most powerful teachers. Every mistake provides valuable lessons that contribute to growth. The key is to reframe failure. Instead of seeing it as a sign of inadequacy, view it as a stepping stone to improvement. The most successful people in the world have failed repeatedly, but they use those failures as fuel to refine their skills and strategies. Another aspect of a growth mindset is embracing challenges when faced with difficulties. People with a fixed mindset tend to give up easily, believing they are simply not good enough. However, those with a growth mindset see challenges as a way to expand their abilities. They understand that struggle and discomfort are necessary for growth. Just like a muscle needs resistance to become stronger, the mind needs challenges to develop resilience and adaptability. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become better, smarter, and stronger. Continuous learning is a fundamental part of personal mastery. The world is constantly evolving, and those who refuse to learn and adapt will be left behind. Developing a habit of lifelong learning
keeps your mind sharp, opens up new opportunities, and ensures that you
continue to grow in all aspects of life learning. Doesn't stop at after formal education. It should be a daily practice, whether it's reading books, taking courses, listening to podcasts, or seeking mentorship. Investing in your knowledge and skills will always pay off. One of the most effective ways to develop a growth mindset is through self-reflection. Taking time to analyze your thoughts, behaviors and beliefs helps you identify areas where you may be limiting yourself. Ask yourself questions like, what did I learn from my recent challenges or failures? How can I improve my skills and knowledge? What habits or beliefs are holding me back from reaching my full potential? Journaling, meditation, or deep discussions with mentors can help you develop greater self-awareness and accelerate your growth. Another crucial part of continuous learning is being open to feedback. Many people resist feedback because they see it as criticism. However, feedback, whether from mentors, colleagues, or even failures, provides valuable insights for improvement. Instead of taking it personally, view it as constructive information that can help you grow. The ability to receive and implement feedback without letting ego get in the way is a powerful skill that separates successful individuals from those who remain stagnant. Adopting a beginner's mindset is also essential for continuous learning. No matter how skilled or knowledgeable you become, there is always more to learn. The moment you believe you know it all is the moment growth stops. Approaching every situation with curiosity and a willingness to learn even from those who have less experience keeps you adaptable and open to new possibilities. Some of the greatest breakthroughs come from unexpected sources, and maintaining a sense of curiosity allows you to continuously evolve. Another important aspect of developing a growth mindset is surrounding yourself with the right influences. The people you associate with play a major role in shaping your mindset. If you spend time with individuals who have a fixed mindset, complain about their circumstances, resist change, their negative thinking may influence you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with ambitious, growth-oriented people who constantly push themselves to improve, their mindset will inspire and challenge you to do the same. Seek out mentors, role models, and peers who encourage personal development and continuous learning. One of the biggest barriers to a growth mindset is the fear of stepping into the unknown. Many people stick to familiar routines and environments because they are afraid of uncertainty. However, real growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Trying new things, exploring unfamiliar ideas, and taking calculated risks allow you to expand your capabilities and discover new passions. The more you expose yourself to new experiences, the more adaptable and resilient you become. Lastly, patience and persistence are key components of a growth mindset. Personal development is a lifelong journey, not a quick fix. Many people expect instant results and become discouraged when they don't see immediate progress. However, true mastery takes time and consistent effort. The most successful individuals understand that growth is a process and stay committed to improving, even when progress feels slow. They trust that every small step forward brings them closer to their goals. By embracing a growth mindset and committing to continuous learning, you unlock your full potential. You become more adaptable, resilient, and open to new opportunities. Instead of fearing failure, you embrace it. Instead of resisting challenges, you seek them out. Instead of staying stuck in the past, you continuously evolve. Growth is not something that happens by chance. It is a choice, and by making that choice daily, you set yourself on a path to lifelong success and self-mastery. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. While motivation can be fleeting, this discipline ensures that you stay committed to your path, regardless of circumstances. If you want to master yourself and master your life, developing discipline is one of the most important skills you can cultivate. Many people struggle with discipline because they rely too much on motive. Motivation is great. It gives you energy and excitement to start something new. However, motivation is inconsistent.
Some days you feel inspired and ready to take action, while other days you feel tired, unmotivated, or distracted. If you depend on motivation alone, you will only take action when you feel like it, which leads to inconsistency and slow progress. Discipline, on the other hand, ensures that you keep pushing forward. Even when motivation fades, it helps you stick to your commitments, build momentum, and achieve results over time. One of the first steps in developing discipline is clarity. You need to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and why it matters. Without a strong reason behind your goals, it becomes easy to give up when things get tough. Take the time to define your goals and connect them to a deeper purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want to achieve this? Go, how will my life improve? If I stay disciplined, what will happen? If I stay disciplined, what will happen? If I don't take action? Having a strong why keeps you focused and committed, even when the journey becomes challenging. Building strong habits is another key component of discipline. Habits shape our lives more than we realize. Both good and bad habits determine the results we get. If you want to be successful in any area of life, you need to develop habits that align with your goals. The key to building habits is consistency. Many people try to change everything overnight, only to burn out and revert to old patterns. Instead, focus on small.
Sustainable changes start with one habit at a time and gradually build momentum over time. These small changes compound into significant results. One powerful strategy for building discipline is the 2-minute rule. When starting a new habit, make it so easy that it takes less than 2 minutes to do. Instead of saying, I will work out for an hour every day, start with, I will do 1 push-up. Instead of, I will read 50 pages a day, start with, I will read 1 sentence. This approach removes the mental resistance to starting. Once you begin, you naturally continue, and before long, you build a habit of consistency. Another important aspect of discipline is eliminating distractions and temptations. Self-discipline is not just about willpower, it is also about setting up your environment for success. If you constantly have distractions around you, it becomes much harder to stay focused. Identify the things that pull you away from your goals and take proactive steps to remove them. If social media distracts you from work, use apps that block notifications. If unhealthy food tempts you, avoid keeping it in your home. Making small adjustments to your environment helps reinforce discipline and makes it easier to stick to your commitments. Time management and prioritization also play a crucial role in discipline. Many people struggle with consistency because they lack structure in their day. Without a clear plan, it's easy to get sidetracked by unimportant tasks. Developing a daily routine and prioritizing your most important tasks ensures that you stay on track. The Eisenhower matrix is a helpful tool for prioritization. It categorizes tasks into urgent and important. Do immediately important but not urgent. Schedule for later, neither urgent not important. Eliminate by focusing on what truly matters. Avoid wasting time on distractions and develop the discipline to complete meaningful work. Consistently, another critical component of discipline is delayed gratification, the ability to resist short-term pleasures for long-term rewards. Many people struggle with discipline because they seek instant gratification. They want results now, and when progress is slow, they lose motivation. However, mastering yourself requires understanding that great things take time. Whether it's building a business, getting in shape, or developing a skill, success does not happen overnight. Those who have discipline are willing to sacrifice temporary comfort for long-term success. The ability to delay gratification is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who give up too soon. One effective strategy for strengthening discipline is accountability. It's much easier to stay committed when someone else is holding you accountable, whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a trusted friend. Having someone to check in with can keep you motivated. You can also create personal accountability by tracking your progress, keeping a habit, tracker, journaling your daily achievement, or setting up reward systems can reinforce positive behavior and keep you committed to your goals. Discipline also requires mental resilience. There will be times when you feel tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments when you want to quit. But true discipline means pushing forward. Despite these obstacles, one powerful way to build resilience is through positive self-talk. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I will find a way." Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," say, "I am improving every day." Your thoughts shape your actions, so training your mind to be strong and positive will help you stay disciplined, even when faced with challenges. Lastly, self-discipline is a skill that improves with practice. No one is born disciplined. It is something you develop over time. Every time you push yourself to take action, even when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you stick to a habit, resist temptation, or stay committed to your goals, you reinforce your self-control. The more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes. By cultivating discipline and building strong habits, you take control of your life. You no longer rely on fleeting motivation. Instead, you create a system that ensures progress. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality, what separates those who succeed from those who give up. When you develop the ability to stay consistent, focused, and committed, you unlock your full potential and set yourself on a path to mastery. Emotions are a fundamental part of the human experience. They influence our thoughts, decisions, relationships, and overall quality of life. However, when emotions go unchecked or uncontrolled, they can lead to impulsive decisions, conflict, and unnecessary suffering. To master yourself and master your life, you must learn how to understand, regulate, and harness your emotions effectively. This is where emotional intelligence comes in. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your own emotions, while also being able to perceive and influence the emotions of others. Unlike IQ, which measures cognitive ability, EQ determines how well you navigate relationships, handle stress, and make decisions. Studies have shown that emotional intelligence is one of the strongest predictors of success in both personal and professional life. One of the first steps in mastering your emotions is developing self-awareness. Many people go through life reacting to situations without fully understanding why they feel the way they do. Self-awareness allows you to step back and analyze your emotions objectively. When you feel angry, sad, frustrated, or anxious, take a moment to ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What triggered this emotion? Is my reaction justified, or am I overreacting? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my values and goals? By practicing self-reflection, you gain a deeper understanding of your emotional patterns and can begin to take control of them rather than letting them control you. Another crucial aspect of emotional mastery is emotional regulation, the ability to manage and control your emotions rather than being overwhelmed by them. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will arise that trigger negative emotions. However, reacting impulsively can often make situations worse. Instead of letting anger or frustration dictate your action, take a step back, breathe, and choose a more composed response. Techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and journaling can help you process emotions in a healthy way rather than suppressing or acting on them impulsively. Reframing negative thoughts is another powerful strategy for emotional mastery. Your emotions are directly influenced by your thoughts. If you constantly engage in negative self-talk such as "I'm not good enough" or "nothing ever goes my way," your emotions will reflect these beliefs. However, by challenging and reframing these thoughts, you can shift your emotional state. For example, instead of thinking "I failed, so I must not be capable," reframe it as "this was a learning experience and I can improve next time." This simple shift in perspective can drastically alter how you feel and respond to situations. Practicing mindfulness is another effective way to develop emotional intelligence. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment without judgment. Many people get caught up in past regrets or future anxieties, which leads to emotional distress. By focusing on the present, you can observe your thoughts and feelings without becoming overwhelmed by them. Simple mindfulness practices such as meditation or mindful breathing can help you develop greater emotional awareness and control. Another critical component of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Many conflicts and misunderstandings arise because people fail to see things from another person's perspective. Developing empathy allows you to build stronger relationships, communicate more effectively, and navigate social situations with greater ease. Instead of reacting defensively in a disagreement, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Ask yourself, what might this person be feeling right now? Now, why do they see the situation this way? How can I respond in a way that promotes understanding rather than conflict? By practicing empathy, you create deeper connections with others and foster more meaningful relationships. Managing stress and emotional triggers is also essential for emotional mastery. Stress is an inevitable part of life, but how you handle it determines its impact on you. Many people allow stress to build up until it leads to burnout, anxiety, or emotional outbursts. Instead of letting stress consume you, develop healthy coping mechanisms. Exercise, meditation, deep breathing, or even engaging in hobbies can help you release tension and maintain emotional balance. Additionally, identifying your emotional triggers, specific situations, people, or thoughts that cause strong emotional reactions, allows you to prepare for and manage them effectively. Setting emotional boundaries is another important aspect of emotional intelligence. Not all emotions you experience are your own. Sometimes you absorb the emotions of those around you. If you constantly take on the stress, negativity, or emotional burdens of others, it can drain your energy and well-being. Learning to set boundaries, whether by limiting exposure to toxic people, saying no when necessary, or protecting your own emotional space, ensures that you do not allow external influences to disrupt your inner peace. The power of emotional resilience cannot be overlooked when mastering your emotions. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, failures, and hardships. Life will inevitably bring challenges, but emotionally resilient individuals do not let difficulties break them. Instead, they see adversity as an opportunity for growth. They acknowledge their emotions, but do not dwell in negativity. Developing resilience involves shifting your mindset from seeing problems as obstacles that will make you stronger. Using emotions as a source of motivation is another way to cultivate emotional intelligence. Emotions, when channeled correctly, can be a powerful driving force. Fear can push you to prepare and better. Frustration can inspire you to make a change. Passion can fuel persistence. Instead of suppressing emotions, learn to harness them. Ask yourself, how can I use this emotion to my advantage? A.g., what is this feeling teaching me? How can I turn this energy into positive action? By directing your emotions toward growth and productivity, you take control of your emotional state rather than being controlled by it. Ultimately, mastering your emotions is about gaining control over your inner world so that external circumstances do not dictate your thoughts, actions, or well-being. Emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed through practice and awareness. The more you understand your emotions, regulate them, and use them constructively, the more power you have over your life. One of the most powerful realizations you can have in life is that you are fully responsible for your actions, choices, and outcomes. Many people go through life blaming external circumstances, their upbringing, society, luck, or other people for their failures and setbacks. While external factors can certainly influence your journey, the truth is that you have far more control over your life than you may think. Taking full responsibility for your life means recognizing that you and only you have the power to shape the future. It is the key to self-mastery and ultimately a fulfilling and successful life. The first step in taking full responsibility, a victim mentality, is when you believe that life is happening to you rather than for you.
it's when you blame other people or external circumstances for your struggles, rather than looking for ways to take control. People with a victim mentality often say things like I can't succeed because of my past. I'm not lucky. Like other people, it's not my fault. I had no choice. While these thoughts may provide temporary comfort, they ultimately keep you stuck. Blaming others or external circumstances takes away your power because it convinces you that you have no control. But the moment you stop making excuses and accept that your choices determine your future, you reclaim that power. Taking responsibility also means owning your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. What separates those who grow from those who remain stagnant is how they handle them. Many people refuse to acknowledge their mistakes because they see them as a reflection of their worth. However, mistakes are simply opportunities.
Learn instead of making excuses or shifting blame, take a step back and ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I have done differently? What lesson can I take from this? By analyzing your mistakes with honesty, you gain valuable insights that help you improve and avoid repeating the same errors. Another crucial aspect of taking responsibility is letting go of entitlement. Entitlement is the belief that you deserve success, happiness or reward simply because you exist. The truth is nothing in life is owed to you. Success must be earned through effort, discipline and persistence. If you find yourself feeling entitled to success without putting in the work, shift your mindset. Instead of expecting life to hand you opportunities, create them instead of waiting for someone to rescue you. Take action. Your mindset plays a major role in taking responsibility for your life. A fixed mindset where you believe your abilities and circumstances are set in stone keeps you stuck. However, adopting a growth mindset allows you to see every challenge as an opportunity to develop. When you take responsibility, you shift from thinking, I can't do this because, to how can I make this work? This simple change in perspective transforms how you approach obstacles and setbacks. One of the most challenging aspects of taking responsibility is acknowledging that your current situation is a result of your past choices. This can be difficult to accept, especially if you are not where you want to be. However, once you recognize that your decisions have shaped your life, you also realize that new decisions can change your future. If you are unhappy with where you are right now, ask yourself, what decisions led me here? What habits do I need to change? What actions can I take today to move in a better direction? Taking responsibility does not mean blaming yourself harshly. It means understanding that you have the power to make different choices moving forward. Self-discipline and personal accountability go hand in hand with taking responsibility. It's easy to make excuses, procrastinate or avoid difficult tasks, but discipline ensures that you stay committed to your goals. One way to improve accountability is by setting clear goals and tracking your progress. Writing down your goals, setting deadlines, and regularly reviewing your progress keeps you focused and responsible for your growth. Another powerful way to develop responsibility is surrounding yourself with the right people. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and avoid responsibility, their mindset will influence you. However, if you surround yourself with individuals who take charge of their lives, their attitude will inspire you to do the same. Seek out mentors, friends or role models who push you to be better and hold you accountable. Taking responsibility also means managing your emotions and reactions. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Instead of reacting impulsively to setbacks, take a moment to process the situation, analyze your options, and respond in a way that aligns with your goals. Emotional maturity plays a major role in taking full responsibility for your life. A major sign of personal responsibility is commitment to personal growth. Those who take responsibility for their lives are constantly looking for ways to improve. They read, learn, seek feedback,
and refine their skills. They understand that growth is a lifelong journey and that success requires continuous self-improvement. Lastly, taking responsibilities is about taking action. Many people have big dreams, but never take the necessary steps to achieve them. They wait for the perfect moment, but that moment never comes. The most successful individuals understand that progress is more important than perfection. Even small steps taken consistently lead to massive results over time. If you want to master your life, you must take decisive action. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more delays. By taking full responsibility for your life, you become the architect of your own destiny. You no longer allow external circumstances to dictate your success or happiness. Instead, you take control, make intentional choices, and create the life you truly desire. Mastering yourself is the foundation of mastering your life. Each of the key principles we have discussed, developing self-awareness, cultivating discipline, mastering emotions, and taking full responsibility forms the building blocks of a fulfilled, successful, and purpose-driven life. The journey to self-mastery is not always easy, but it is the most rewarding path you can take. The truth is, no one else can do this for you. No one can give you discipline, motivation, or responsibility. These are choices you must make every day. Every decision you make, every habit you build, and every mindset you adopt shapes your future. The question is, will you take control and shape it consciously, or will you let life shape you? Your potential is limitless. You already have everything you need within you to become the person you aspire to be. But it starts with the decision to take ownership of your life, to break free from limitations, and to step into the best version of yourself. Master your actions, and you will master your life. The power is in your hands. The time is now. Are you ready to take the first step?